Hello again, everybody! Zack Attack is here with my TNA Impact Wrestling review for tonight, Thursday, February 21st, 2013. The bad news is, it's the last Impact in the UK as part of this UK Maximum Impact Tour. I love the UK crowds. Like Bully Ray said in the beginning of the night, they are the loudest crowd because Impact Zone people are just there just to be there. And unfortunately, well, at least the good thing is, although yes, it's the last night in UK, at least the good thing is, it'll be only a few more weeks of it being in the Impact Zone until it goes permanently on the road, starting March 14th in Chicago. So there you go. This Impact tonight, it was decent. You know, TNA's got some great action, let me say that much. TNA, I like the wrestling. I've been in a house show. I like the wrestling. The storyline needs a lot of work. And building storylines need to work a little bit, but still, I think TNA's got some great action. A little better than WWE. Because Theory's kidding. Look at the crowd in Impact, man. Small 30-year-olds. Because we like TV 14, damn it. Although there's not blood. But we get some when we do. Alright. Alright, we kick things Impact off tonight. With Hulk Hogan coming out again to kick off Impact this week. Now, last week he was hoping to announce the #1 contender for Jeff Hardy in the TNA World title for Lockdown last week until he was surrounded by Ace and Eights, and Bully Ray helped him out. Where Hulk Hogan had 8 guys to choose between. He had to choose between RVD, James Storm, Daniels, Magnus, Angle, Joe, and Aries and Wood, who fought last week. He put those matches together to see which one of those 8 impressed him the most. But during those matches, Brooke Hogan said, despite having those matches, he should consider his son-in-law, Bully Ray, despite him having a little bit of an injury. I use this because I don't think he's really injured. Anyway, Hulk Hogan announced that, yes, he has announced the #1 contender. The toughest SOB around TNA, and the man for the job, Bully Ray. Yes, despite being injured and not wrestled last week, out of the 8 guys, he didn't choose any of those guys. He didn't choose Wood, Aries, any of those people. He chose his son-in-law, Bully Ray. Storyline or not, it's weird. But anyway, face against face, basically, for the TNA World title at Lockdown. Despite that, Bully Ray saying he will be good in time for Lockdown. Well, it's in a couple weeks. He wants to make Hulk proud and become the new champion. He thanks Hulk for the opportunity. And all he wanted to do was get Hogan's respect. And he got Hogan's respect by Hogan choosing him over all the guys that did wrestle last week to get the shot against Jeff Hardy. So we Bully Ray and Jeff Hardy versus each other. Of course, part of the whole Bully Ray, Dudley Boys, Jeff Hardy, Hardy Boys tradition of the feud. Boils in the TNA, face against face. You think Bully Ray is going to turn heel? Or Hardy's going to turn heel? Or it's going to be face against face? We'll see what happens there. But Jeff Hardy will return next week to confront Bully Ray. Now he's the #1 contender because Hardy was not on this tour because he's banned from the country. Storyline knee injury. Anyway, my Bully Ray's got to wait until, of course, Lockdown to get his chance against Jeff Hardy. He wants to take care of some business first before he gets to the title shot. Aces and Eights. He proposed a 6-man tag and he had it. It was to be him, Sting, and yes, Hulk Hogan to team up against Aces and Eights. Devon, Doc, and Mr. Anderson. What would happen? Will the 3-man of TNA dominate? Or Aces and Eights once again take over like a plague, like it has been on TNA? We'll see what happens there in the main event. But on to our first match, an 8-man tag involving 4 Eagles. 2 tag teams teaming up together, of course I'm referring to Team Bad Influence. Christopher Daniels and Kaz teaming up with the tag team champions, Team Egomaniacs, Bobby Roode and Austin Aries. Pretty good 8-man tag. It broke down in the beginning, but of course the team of the Egomaniacs team of Aries, Roode, Kaz, and Daniels was trying to see who was going to lead who. Of course, the Eagles got in the way. Despite that, They had some decent teamwork throughout the second half of the matchup, dominating after an early wall by the face team. But indeed, after quick tagging it back and forth, the four men, Kaz, Daniels, Wood, and Aries, were arguing in the ring about who was going to lead who. Like I said, it all broke down between those four. And within the midst of that argument, Aries and Rude ditched Bad Influence. I thought it was going to be like a setup. Like, I remember one night when Chavo and Hernandez lost the titles, like Aries got walked off by Rude, Rude walked off, but it was a fake walk-off and helped win the tag titles. It wasn't a fake walkout, it was a walkout. With Rude and Aries walking out of Bad Influence, they were easy pickings for James Storm and his team, with James Storm delivering the last call super kick on Kazarian, Chavo a splash, a frog splash from Chavo, and a big splash from Joseph Park, and a 1-2-3 victory for the face team of James Storm, Joseph Park, Chavo, and Hernandez. So there you go. That's our first matchup. Decent action, but there you go. Now, on with our next situation, which was a match involving the British boot camp winner, Rockstar Spud. He took on Robbie E, of course, a few weeks ago. Robbie E interrupted Rockstar Spud's promo, led towards a brawl, but now it is an official match. Now, if you saw my tag letter there, I predicted on there that Robbie T has been hinting a face turn for a while, and I was like, his face turn's going to be complete tonight. Well, I was right. Rockstar Spud, this is an okay matchup with these two. Robbie E's a douchebag, I've always said it on my reviews. Rockstar Spud, inexperienced enough, he had an early wall, but of course, Robbie E dominated the later half of the matchup with his moves, and was ready to get the cheat win by trying to get the list off of Robbie T to nail Rockstar Spud with. Now, this is where Robbie T's face turn finally completes itself. Robbie T would not let go of the list. Robbie T, it was like a tug of war. Robbie T pulled back the list for enough time for Robbie E to get distracted to get a roll up from Rockstar Spud in a 1, 2, 3. Rockstar Spud, yes, wins the match with a little help from Robbie T. After the match, Robbie E got into Robbie T's face, and that's when, like I said, the turn really completes with Robbie T shoving down Robbie E. I should say Rob Terry now, not Robbie T. I should say he's back to being Rob Terry after his face turn tonight. He ripped off the big polo shirt, and he was angry way to chase Robbie E to the back. So there you go. Rockstar Spud wins with help from Robbie T, not helping Robbie E out. So he's Rob Terry, Robbie E, Robbie T, whatever you want to call him. Rob Terry is now a face. I've been seeing this build for weeks and weeks between Robbie E and T having their problems. So now Rob Terry is officially face. I smell a match between those two, Robbie E and Rob Terry, at Lockdown in the Cage. It should be an easy squash for Rob Terry. Now on to our Knockouts Championship match, Fatal 4-Way Elimination match as Taylor defended our TNA Knockouts title against Velvet Sky, Miss Taskmaster, and Gail Kim. Now, Brooke Hogan was at ringside. First thing she did, bye-bye, Jesse. Yes, Jesse has been very instrumental in helping Tara retain her title. And ironically, Tara was the first to go in this very exciting Knockouts match, proving, like I said, time and time again, Knockouts can wrestle, unlike some divas that I know. Tara got eliminated first by Velvet Sky delivered the in-your-face to Tara, but Gail Kim picked up the pin, picked up the scraps, and got Tara eliminated. So that means we would have a new TNA Knockouts champion. First, after that elimination, Taskmaster got eliminated by, I think, Gail eliminated Taskmaster. No, Velvet ended up beating up Taskmaster. Like, Taskmaster and Velvet was going through like a bunch of roll-up pins, but Velvet got the roll-up on Taskmaster 1, 2, 3, eliminated Taskmaster. The final two, Gail Kim and Velvet. Well, Velvet could be revenge for her. Gail Kim was the one that defeated Velvet Sky back in 2011 for the TNA Champion Knockouts title when Velvet had it last in 2011. When I saw TNA at my house show, and I saw him at the house show at Soul Casino. Anyway, decent fight between these final two. And of course, indeed, Miss Referee Taryn Terrell kind of got a little bit involved in the ending of the matchup. Gail was using the rope for leverage, and Taryn caught him. But as Velvet was going for a pin, Gail held the ropes to try to prevent the pin. Taryn kicked off the arms. After that, a little bit of help from Taryn. Enough distraction as Gail got to argue with Taryn. Distraction enough to get the in-your-face from Velvet. 1, 2, 3, yes. New Knockouts champion. So happy for her. Back in TNA. Velvet Sky. She was my favorite knockout before she left. Now she still is my favorite. And I met her when she was TNA Knockouts champion 2 years ago. And now I'm happy that she's back to being the champ. I've always liked Velvet. She has some decent wrestling ability. I miss her old partner Angelina. I wish she was back too. Beautiful people reunion. But indeed, Velvet Sky back in TNA. And finally, after getting an opportunity at first, losing to Tara in a one-on-one match after interference from Jesse, Velvet finally regains the TNA Knockouts title. So there you go. New champion, Velvet Sky in UK. The second new champion crowned in UK during this UK one. Of course, Rude and Aries won the tag team titles during the first week in UK, defeating Chavo and Nunes. And now another new champion crowned in UK on this UK rampage, Velvet Sky, winning the TNA Knockouts Championship. We would all find out what would happen if there would be a third new champ or not during our next title match, which was the X Division Championship match between Rob Van Dam and Kenny King. Before that, we had another matchup involving the Bischoff Turncoat, of course, referring to Garrett Bischoff, now with Ace and Eights, taking on Samoa Joe. Joe had revenge on his mind, not just for him, but for Kurt Angle and all TNA who felt betrayed by Garrett Bischoff and Wes Briscoe for turning their backs on TNA a few weeks ago. But indeed, Bischoff tried his best to clip Joe in the leg. Decent, okay matchup. Tried to go a leg lock, but indeed Joe came flying back. There'll be a big boom and a big splash. And as Joe was ready to put the finishing touches, put the kibosh on Mr. Bischoff, Wes Briscoe came from the back, causing a disqualification. As Briscoe and Bischoff was double teaming on Joe, here comes Kurt Angle to make the rescue. And both Briscoe and Bischoff both went out of the ring before Angle could get a chance to get his hands on both of them. And at that moment, Angle declared that he will be facing off against Wes Briscoe for revenge for what he has done after what Angle has done for Briscoe's career in a steel cage match at Lockdown. So there goes my prediction of Angle and Joe, well, specifically Angle and Briscoe, being involved in the knockout, in the Lethal Lockdown match. I think now that Kurt Angle's fighting Briscoe in a one-on-one cage match, and that Bully Ray is going to be involved in a TNA World title match, I say Team Sting for Team TNA for Lockdown. I predict to be Sting, Joe, and probably two other guys I can't really think right now. Maybe RVD. Who knows who they're going to get. But anyway, we'll see who does join Team TNA now that Bully and Angle, two guys who I thought was going to be in the team, are out because they have matches booked. Now on to the next match. I mentioned the second title match of the evening following the Knockouts title match. The X Division Championship was on the line as Rob Van Dam defended against Kenny King. It was a decent matchup. Kenny King dominated most of the matchup, including a poor-looking move about King driving his back to the post. Man, I'm watching this Bellator while making this review. Killer knockout here in this Bellator. Anyway, but I did have to do an early advantage from Kenny King. RVD came flying back after King botched his finishing move. And with that botch, RVD got the 5-star frog splash and a 1, 2, 3 victory for RVD. RVD fought Kenny King twice in the last 3 or 4 weeks in UK. Falls in a triple threat with him and Zima Ion. In one-on-one tonight, Kenny King loses yet again. Another shot to get the TNA X Division Championship. RVD regains the X Division Championship. We'll see who RVD defends at Lockdown. Probably the escape the cage match, the X Division tradition at Lockdown. Now on to our main event. scheduled 6-man tag turned into a 3-on-2 handicap match. As it'll be Doc, Devon, and Mr. Anderson teaming up against Sting and Bully Ray. Hulk Hogan did not come out for his entrance. We would all find out why later in the matchup. With Hulk Hogan not at the ringside yet, it was basically, like I said, 3-on-2 advantage as AC took advantage of the numbers game, isolating Bully and Sting in their corner for most of the matchup. Bully Ray and Sting tried their best to fight back in the early going, but indeed the numbers game was indeed too tough in the early going, and it's okay 3-on-2 handicap match. But indeed, midway towards the match, Bully and Sting kind of hoped up the inspiration from their absent tag team partner. And indeed, Bully and Sting were indeed teaming up together, delivering the What's Up, Scorpion Deathlock, and it looked like Sting and Bully Ray were going to outnumber the numbers game once and for all. But as Sting and Devon was dominating, about to do the What's Up, the other members of Ace and Eights came out with Hulk Hogan in hand, and Hulk Hogan battered and bullied. And like I said, we know why Hogan did not come out, because, well, basically he was attacked by Ace and Eights. With that distraction, Bully Ray came out to clear all the rest of the members of Ace and Eights with Briscoe and Bishop and the rest, including Knox, bringing out Brooke and Hogan, both manhandled and brutalized. But as Bully Ray took care of Brooke and Hulk, unfortunately he left Sting to the wolves. With Bully Ray out, Ace and Eights took care of the situation, got hold of Sting. Doc hit Sting with a big boot and a 1-2-3 victory for Ace and Eights in a silly, screwy way, while Bully Ray was taking care of Brooke and Hulk. Of course, with Vince still on the mind of Sting, he was hoping to finish this tonight before lockdown, but indeed lockdown could be the day when Ace and Eights TNA feud comes to an end. So there you go. Ace and Eights gets the victory in the 6-man tag, well, basically a 3-on-2 handicap match, after finding out that they did beat up Hulk Hogan and held Brooke hostage. So there you go. That is the TNA Impact Wrestling review for tonight. Thank you all very much for watching. With that in mind, you've all been attacked by the review from Zach. See you, everybody. Thank you again for watching. Yeah, have a good night and good weekend too. Yeah.